Hello guys, welcome back to El Merengue Cule. A bit of a different scene here. My brother is currently taking two tests, so he asked me to review and analyze the Real Madrid game. So that is exactly what we're going to be doing today. Now, as you can tell, I am actually wearing a Real Madrid shirt. So if you don't follow the channel a lot, well, I did lose a bet to my brother, meaning that I have to wear a Real Madrid shirt for the rest of this week. Now, I know this is also a bit of a different studio, but I am working on getting a little bit more of a permanent studio situated here in my house, as I do live in a different house than my brother does. But let's get straight into the game. Zidane opted for a very interesting starting 11 with the pieces he has available to him. Obviously, no Modric, no Toni Kroos in the starting 11 or the bench itself. So it leaves you with the three in the back. Varane is back from COVID, and it also leaves you with Blanco in the midfield. So pretty interesting formation. I'm assuming Asensio's gonna come in. I'm assuming Carvajal's gonna get a few minutes. Now, Real Madrid is obviously gonna be going for the 3 points to keep adding pressure onto both Atletico Madrid and Barcelona in La Liga. However, they also want to play in a very good form, as they do have Chelsea in the semifinals of the Champions League next week. So, that's something they're gonna be definitely building up to. So, guys, I'll see you at the end of the first half.
I'm talking about
Alright guys, that concludes the first half, and man, Real Madrid is absolutely destroying Cadiz. It was a half in which I personally thought from the beginning of the half, I thought Real Madrid was actually going to struggle a lot, because Cadiz is the type of team to just sit back and just absorb and lock themselves out. And the first few minutes, Real Madrid struggled to get into the box. That's for sure. Vini and Rodrigo were having no luck through the outsides. Negredo was actually playing an instrumental role in Cadiz's game to allow him to break out. He was playing a role similar to Benzema, where he checks in deep and then gives the team that bit of a breakout. We even saw Varane pick up a yellow card for obstructing the goalkeeper's punt. That was kind of funny. And one thing I definitely want to talk about before we actually talk about the goal is how instrumental Nacho has been to this game. I mean, not only this game, consistently, he's been pretty freaking good. Nacho alongside Militao, we have seen that's been very effective the past few weeks. But what I really liked about Nacho's gameplay is the fact that he's able to cover Marcelo's back. We know Marcelo is great going forward, but his defense attributes lack a little bit. He tends to be 1 second late, or just players find it very easy to get into his back, and that's where Madrid has conceded a lot of goals this season. But Nacho, playing in a 5 in the back system, allows Marcelo to push up, and Nacho's the one covering. But not even that, Nacho's getting some responsibility to push up, overlap Marcelo, which is crazy, and it's absolutely helped out Madrid so much. It started happening towards the half of the first half, the second part of the first half, and that's when Real Madrid started to see all their goals. Now, one thing I loved about this game was how well the VAR intervened this game. It was perfect, without problems. The play hadn't even ended. The VAR called over Mateo Laos. He goes, he looks at the computer, and quite frankly sees Vini got stepped on. Clear, light as day. And he's like, you know what, that's a penalty. And he calls it right away, nice and fast. Doesn't take too much time, and it was just the perfect implementation of VAR. From there, Benzema steps up to take the penalty kick, and it doesn't barely go in, but the goalkeeper definitely gets a hand to it, and a little more extension he gets to it, and that right there for me was the switch in momentum. From there, Real Madrid absolutely toyed with Cadiz, and I don't think Cadiz is necessarily playing bad. You see 3-0 at halftime, you're like, oh, Cadiz. No, Real Madrid is actually playing really, really well. They stopped trying to attack so much of the wings, and they're just kind of attacking through the middle. And I mean, you even see Rodrigo and Vini no longer going through the outsides because it's just too crowded. They're not doing enough. So they're kind of running through the middle. Vini and Rodrigo are both pulling a good amount of fouls, which has helped Real Madrid. But apart from that, they're definitely struggling to get into the box with the ball at their feet. And yeah, like we've already mentioned, from there, Real Madrid just broke the deadlock. I think 2 minutes later, Nacho Monreal wins the ball back, passes it to Benzema. Benzema puts a beautiful cross into Odriozola, who actually gets a goal for himself. And like we already mentioned, at this point, Real Madrid is just toying with them. Benzema pulls off another great cross with his header. It's like a pass to Casemiro's feet. Casemiro skies it over the bar. I definitely think it's a chance that should have gone in, but it just goes to show how easy Real Madrid was finding just breaking through Cadiz, and it wasn't over yet. Benzema eventually got a goal for himself, a header into the back corner. Overall, Real Madrid is cruising now through this game. I wouldn't be surprised if Zidane starts implementing a lot of subs. I mean, I don't see a world in which Real Madrid drops points when they're 3-0 up at halftime to a Cadiz that is just getting destroyed. With that being said, guys, we'll see you at the end of the game. Alright guys, that is the end of the game, and honestly, not much happened this half. I think Real Madrid played the perfect half. They knew they were already up with the 3-0 lead. There was no need to keep adding miles onto the players' legs. So what did Real Madrid do? They started passing the ball around. They were very smart with their possession. Again, limiting the amount of runs they were making. And obviously that meant it was a more boring half in comparison to the first half in which we got 3 goals. However, one thing that I found pretty funny was the fact that Cadiz actually, right off the half whistle, they brought in 5 players, which, I don't know, that just kind of threw me off guard. Another thing I want to definitely point out is the fact that, for me, Blanco played a very good game. He was by far not the star of the show. He was not flashing or anything, but he was pretty solid. He did the passing. He affiliated well with Casemiro. He played his job very well and was able to give Real Madrid 90 minutes that they absolutely needed a midfielder to replace. I mean, Valverde with COVID, Modric and Cruz with injuries. I think that is going to be a very key player for Real Madrid, at least in the La Liga games coming up. If he's able to play as well as he did today, that's a big win for Real Madrid. Another few factors that I want to throw in there as well is the fact that Carvajal finally, after, I mean, it feels like months, finally came back from injury, got a few minutes in, did nothing special, but still, you know, it's definitely going to be good for him to keep building that confidence, to get back from that injury. Varane got to rest a little bit more. I know he just came back from COVID, so I don't know how much he needed a sub, but it's still, I think Zidane's just playing it very cautiously. And of course, Benzema got subbed out, and I think that's going to go a long way, especially in that game against Chelsea. You know, there's a lot of games coming up, so definitely Zidane looking to rest every single player as much as possible. So guys, I don't want to keep you guys any longer. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you hit a big thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button and the notification bell on. Make sure you tune in tomorrow for Barcelona versus Getafe. And as always, see you in the next video.